communications for Mayor Bass. We're here with a very exciting announcement thanks to the absolutely steadfast and strong leadership of Congresswoman Kamlager-Dove. Let's hear it. Thank you. First, we're going to hear from Mayor Bass. Following that, we'll hear from LAHD Interim General Manager Tricia Keene. After that, we'll hear from SRO Housing Corporation CEO Anita Nelson. After that, we'll hear from Jasa Hawkins, who's a resident here. And following that, bringing it all to conclusion, will be Congresswoman Kamlager-Dove. After that, I'll call for questions, probably from the right side over there, and then we'll wrap. And very important, before questions, we'll hold for a photo opportunity for the Congresswoman and the Mayor, as well as all the other speakers up here. And with that, Mayor Bass.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good afternoon. What a day today has been. Started off by celebrating our win, and now here is another win. A win and an example of what happens when you collaborate. When you collaborate to deal with city issues, and this one is collaborating to confront the issue of homelessness. So I am very proud to stand here with our Congresswoman, my dear friend, and thank her for her leadership in D.C. and her partnership, but to also celebrate the much-needed support to renovate this very building where we are, to confront the homelessness crisis and to ensure that people find permanent housing. So we're standing at the Prentice with 44 fully furnished permanent supportive housing units, currently home to residents who were previously sleeping on the streets. With these dollars, we will be able to renovate and preserve this building and create a safer, healthier, and more welcoming environment for current and future residents. And as we know, this kind of housing is imperative to the type of pipeline we've been looking for in Los Angeles, bringing people off the streets into interim housing first, with comprehensive services and a path forward to permanent housing. The folks at SRO Housing Corporation are helping people transform their lives. They provide their residents dignity and stability with their supportive services, including food, case management, information, and referrals. So I want to thank you very much for having us here today. And we are very appreciative of the work that's done here, but know that housing organizations like this one and the city cannot do it alone. In 2023, the LA Housing Department and my office submitted a request to our congressional representative, Congresswoman Kamlager-Dove, to bring home the bacon right here. And it was through this combined effort with our federal partners that we are able to be here today to announce this funding. So I want to personally thank our Congresswoman and my good friend and partner. And we're going to bring you on in a little bit so that you can present the money. But now let me introduce the interim general manager for the Housing Department, Tricia Keene.
Good afternoon. I am so pleased to be here on behalf of the Los Angeles Housing Department and to stand today with Mayor Bass and Congresswoman Sydney Kamlager-Dove to celebrate the importance and significance of this event. I especially want to acknowledge Anita Nelson of SRO Housing. SRO Housing is the largest provider of single-room occupancy housing in the Western United States. But more importantly, SRO Housing is a tremendous partner to us in providing housing to Angelenos in need. Today represents the power of partnerships, the kind of partnerships that allow us to preserve housing stock we have while improving the lives of our most vulnerable Angelenos. They say it takes a village, and I know you've all heard that, but truly when it comes to providing affordable and safe housing, it really does take bringing everyone to the table to work together collaboratively. LAHD is proud to participate in this partnership with our city and federal partners and SRO Housing to make necessary renovations possible, renovations that will improve the safety, stability, and livability for those who call this place home. The federal earmark of $1.84 million will move the needle in bringing the Prentice up to the livability standards we all want to see. By providing funding to renovate the Prentice Hotel, we will not only achieve preservation, but also protect this asset, ensuring that it remains safe, affordable, and also accessible. In fact, some of the work that will be accomplished here includes meeting ADA and federal accessibility requirements for things like doors, which most of us take for granted, but when they're not accessible, someone can literally not get inside. The mission of LAHD is to preserve, protect, and produce safe and affordable housing for all Angelenos and to do the work necessary so projects like this can serve our entire community. Now, the Prentice Hotel was built in 1914. Who couldn't use a facelift after being around for that long? A new roof, a freshly painted new interior walls, and new flooring will bring the Prentice new life and a new look. Upgrades to the security system will help provide residents a renewed sense of safety, and remodeled community kitchens, bathrooms, and laundry rooms will provide residents with surroundings that support the dignity they deserve. Finally, improved plumbing, who doesn't like improved plumbing, and lighting will help the residents who live in these 44 units feel proud of their home. Together, these improvements will provide residents stable and secure housing for years to come. So for this federal funding and for these partnerships, I say thank you on behalf of all of the Angelenos who will benefit. Thanks. And next up is SRO Housing Corporation CEO Anita Nelson.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon and welcome to the Prentice Hotel. My name's Anita Nelson and I'm the CEO of SRO Housing Corporation. I want to take this opportunity to thank Mayor Bass and Congresswoman Kamlager-Dove for this grant to rehabilitate this site. We are forever grateful for this opportunity that you've given to our residents to enhance their quality of life. The Prentice Hotel is really a single-room occupancy hotel that was built over 100 years old. Each resident has a private room that comes completely furnished, has a refrigerator, sink, medicine cabinet, closet, and residents can go and come as they choose. However, it's a community space. There's community space. You have shared bathrooms. You have shared showers and kitchenettes and community areas. And so we are really excited to be able to rehab those areas that mean so much to our residents. So once again, we are thrilled to receive this funding so we can enhance the health and safety of our residents and make capital improvements such as replacing the roofs, flooring, purchase new furnishings. I was talking to a resident in the kitchen and she was saying, can we get air conditioning and, a vent? And she was pointing out things in the kitchen. And I have to say, I was so excited to say, yes, we can do all of that. Because usually when we do improvements, you get funding for one particular thing. And to be able to say, we're going to try and make this brand new to extend the life here and to improve your home. So thank you so much once again. I just want to take a minute just to tell you a little bit about SRO Housing Corporation because we're named after these type of hotels. So SRO stands for single room occupancy. And so we were created over 40 years ago to acquire buildings like this to rehab them because we knew this type of housing was desperately needed. So I'm excited to be a part of the rehab of this site. Currently, we have 2,500 residents in our 32 housing sites, and our properties and our apartment consist of apartments, which are studio apartments, and we also have a number of SROs, and most of them are located in this community. We do everything in-house. So the development piece, we have our director over here who's going to oversee this project. We also do supportive services. So this space right here, these are case management offices. So we converted it today. And then we also do property management. So we do it all. And what I'm most proud of, and I think all of us are most proud of, is the fact that we hire from the community. So about 40% of our staff have come from the Skid Row community and were once either homeless. So it warms my heart to be able to be here. And so now it is my pleasure to introduce you to one of the residents who resides in the Prentice, but she's also an employee of ours. She's a property manager, and she's come from the community. So I'd love for her to come up and tell her story. Jasa?
Hello, everyone. It's an honor to be here. My name is Jasa Corinne Hawkins. I've lived here at the Prentice Hotel since 2017. I was 25 years old when I started living here at the Prentice, and since then, I was able to hold multiple jobs, connect with services like mental health services, resources. I also have a child who is 2 years old. I feel like I was able to do the right thing by my child by continuously working and living here. And since I was able to get a regular job and make money and continuously pay rent, it was not easy to overcome homelessness. It took a lot of willpower and strength to overcome. As a former foster youth, I had to work extra hard to overcome all of the obstacles my way. But I did it, and it took a lot of work. I graduated from LA Trade Tech. I am certified by the City of LA Commerce. I graduated from multiple job readiness programs and was placed into different jobs like Party City, Starbucks, Bulletproof Coffee, different warehouses out here. And now I'm in Urban Alchemy and also SRO housing. So I went from being an SRO attendant to being an SRO property manager, and I could be so proud to say that I'm able to give back to the community. And so living here at the Princess, a lot of concerns that we all have talked about throughout the years of me living here is the infrastructures around the building, like the lights, certain lights, central AC, kitchens, bathrooms, the community room. Maybe some structures on the stairs a little bit. We can get some things, because we do have people who are accessible that can't go up the stairs, that live down, but it'll probably be a little easier to make it accessible for people to get up to the third floor and on down. Other than that, I think it would be a beautiful thing also to add like some form of case management, so people can know that this is not just the last resort, that they can actually have the resources to move on. Rather, it's job readiness class, willingness class, money management classes, because a lot of people don't have a lot of finances, so we can be able to learn how to budget. So there's a lot of things that I feel like we can bring to the community in these SRO facilities. So that'll be all for me today. Thank you so much for hearing my story, and I'm very honored, like I said, to be here.
Well, now here we are at the moment. Let me bring up our congressional representative, Sydney Kamlager-Dove.
Well, thank you. The mayor said it was, let's bring home the bacon. So I feel like I brought home the bacon and you're frying it up in the pan. There we go. I want to go Dodgers, first of all. And thank you to the mayor for your relentless efforts to eliminate red tape and accelerate the construction timeline for more affordable housing. I also want to thank SRO Housing and Jasa Hawkins for empowering us with your stories and your experiences. Both of you are a reminder of why we are committed to doing the work that we are doing. So as a member of Congress, I have the incredible opportunity to directly help a number of organizations and municipalities in my district through community funding projects, sometimes known as earmarks. This year alone, I secured $12.4 million in community funding for 15 organizations. Yeah. And much of that money has actually gone to increasing economic development, securing affordable housing, securing workforce development, and addressing our housing supply across Los Angeles. Just this month, we actually gave out $3.2 million to a number of organizations that are focused on addressing our housing insecurity issues. Groups like Butterflies Haven, Sola Foundation, and eCar, and also helping Avalon Housing Development. So as we look to next year, I am here to say that I'm going to continue my end of the bargain and remain committed to being in partnership with Mayor Karen Bass to address the housing affordability crisis that we have here, to work in tandem to construct more housing and to address housing security issues. You know, the mayor said when she got here, how can we lock arms? How can government and community-based organizations lock arms together in commitment of addressing these issues. And I think we have done it by securing almost $2 million for the Prentice Hotel. And we are going to continue to do it because we know it is important for the city and we know it is important for Angelenos. So as was mentioned, this project will renovate 44 units of permanent supportive housing, creating a safer and healthier environment for the residents. Obviously, the goal is that folks will be able to cycle out and those spaces will be available for new folks that need housing. But if not, we know that permanent supportive housing is incredibly important for folks who are dealing with homelessness and are trying to just get on the right side. It is important for me to say that we are making progress in addressing the housing crisis here in Los Angeles. For the first time, under the leadership of Mayor Karen Bass, the Los Angeles homeless count went down. People are moving off the streets. Street homelessness in LA has decreased by 10%. It is an unprecedented amount. And the amount of people in shelters has increased by 17%. That means that people are moving indoors. And more Angelenos are moving into permanent housing. However, we still have an unhoused population of 75,312 people in LA County and 45,252 in the city of LA. That means we need more projects like this, and we need to continue to work together, and I will continue to encourage my colleagues in Congress to work with Mayor Bass to make sure that next year, when another tranche of community funding projects comes around, that we are also working together to secure as many dollars as possible to address this housing crisis. So I think with that, we are going to show the money.
Where's the money?
We are going to show the money. I'll get on this side.
Three, two, one.
All right. Everybody got their shots?
Thank you.
Okay.